Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play game number 55 of our 1905 New York Giants season replay. They're currently in the middle of a series with the first place Chicago Cubs. They won the last game, but they dropped the first two, so they're 2 games out of first place with a record of 27-17. And they're going against the Cubs today, trying to get a split of the series. And if they win, they'll move to within a game of first place. So let's get this game underway. So we have our lineup. Red Ames is on the hill for the Giants. Here we go.
Pitching for Chicago, Bob Wicker. Leading off for New York, center fielder, Mike Donlin.
Alrighty, so welcome to Westside Park for today's game between the New York Giants and Chicago Cubs. It promises to be a battle between two solid teams. Red Ames takes the mound for New York. He's made 10 starts on the year and is 8-1 with an ERA of 2.68. His second start against Chicago. He's 1-0 with a 2.00 ERA against Chicago. He'll be opposed by Bob Wicker for the Chicago. He's made 11 starts on the year and is 6-3 with an ERA of just a minuscule 1.82. So we have our work cut out for us today. His first start against New York. New York catcher Roger Bresnahan is riding a 10-game hitting streak. So at 75 degrees, wind speed 13 miles an hour left to right. So all right.
Play ball!
So all right, so let's go over the lineup for the New York Giants against Bob Wicker. Bob Wicker, like I said, comes in with a record of 6-3 with a 1.82 earned run average. He's pitched 98 2/3 innings. Only allowed 69 hits, 2 home runs, 23 walks, 38 strikeouts, whip of .932, and average against only a 191 average. So, Mike Donlin will lead it off for the Giants. He'll be followed by George Brown in right field. Donlin's in center field. As I said, Roger Bresnahan is running a 10-game hitting streak. He'll be batting third behind the plate. Batting cleanup, Sam Murte is getting a start in the left field. Batting cleanup. Normally the left fielder, but he's just batting cleanup. He's usually not batting cleanup. And looks like Dan McGann is getting the day off, at least to start. He's normally the cleanup hitter. So Art Devlin at third base will bat fifth. Bill Dowling, the shortstop, hit sixth. Frank Bowerman is getting a start at first base, batting seventh, giving McGann a day off. Billy Gilbert, the second baseman, will hit eighth. And on the hill, batting ninth, is going to be Red Ames. So that's your lineup. So Wicker on the mound for the Chicago Cubs. In the outfield behind him is going to be Schulte, Slagle, and Maloney in right. Schulte is a liability in left, only a 2 rating. Maloney is has the best overall defense with a 9, and Stagel is above average with an 8 in center. Stagel has the best arm in center, followed by Maloney, and then Schulte with the weakest arm in left. In the infield, it's going to be Casey, Tinker, Evers, and it's like Hoffman at first. So no Tinkers to Evers the chance today, as Chance is getting the day off also. So both first basemen for both teams getting the day off to start. And behind the plate is Kling. Kling excellent defensively with an excellent arm behind the plate. And in the infield, Tinker, excellent range at short. And Casey, Evers, and Hoffman around average, rounding out the defense. None of the defense, particularly with a great fielding percentage. except for Schulte actually has the best one in left. So, all right. So that's your defense behind Wicker. Wicker is only a 2 range. 2 defense, I should say. All right, so Mike Donlin is riding a 6-game hitting streak comes to the plate. He's hitting .367 in the replay with 3 homers, 26 runs batted in, 9 doubles, and 7 triples. So Wicker looks in for the sign from Klingers and wind up in the pitch. And that's going to be past
Right fielder
Tinker.
George Brown.
So the leadoff runner is on. He extends Donlin's hitting streak to 7 games now. George Brown up there now. We're going to go with a hit and run here, as we're probably not going to be able to steal on Kling. So let's go with a hit and run. So Brown comes in with a .317 average on the season. 2 homers, 39 runs batted in, 4 doubles, 8 triples, and 38 runs scored. So Hoffman holding on Donlin at first. Wicker looks in for the sign from Kling. Nods his head, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a base hit. And Donlin will move first to third. So runners at the corners with nobody out for Roger Bresnahan trying to extend his 10-game hitting streak. This would be a perfect time here and put the Giants on the board if they can score early against the Cubs. So Bresnahan comes in hitting a whopping .374, 27 runs batted in, 13 doubles, 2 triples, and 39 runs scored. So Wicker looks in for the sign, looks at the runners, here's the delivery, and it's going to be ball 1. A little high. Next pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball. Actually, a pop-up to second base.
Left fielder
And runners cannot advance, so 1 down. So then we have Sam Mertes, a chance to bat cleanup today. .267 hitter on the season, 2 homers, 31 runs batted in, 10 doubles, and 4 triples. So Wicker moves in for the sign. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be ball 1, down and tight. And that's going to be a long one, deep, and foul. So Mertes just got a little bit in front of that one. So 1-1 the count. And that's going to be popped up behind the plate. Kling goes after it, but that's back in the stands. So 1-2 the count on Mertes. Wicker ahead of him. And count evens at 2. Full count now. We'll see if Brown is going to be off on the pitch here. And that's going to be a base hit past Tinker. And Brown will be held at second. So Donlin comes in with the first run of the game, and it's 1-0 New York. That'll bring up
Devlin.
I'm going to bring up Devlin, .249 hitter on the season with 31 runs batted in, 4 doubles, 6 triples. Here's the pitch to Devlin. And it's foul ball down the first base line. So 0-1 the count. And that's going to be a ground ball. This could be 2. Great play. So great diving stop by Hoffman. His only play is to first. Pitcher covering as the runners move up. So second and third with 2 down for Donlin. Donlin .239 on the season with 2 homers, 37 runs batted in, 8 doubles, 4 triples. Base hit could score 2 here. And it's going to be ball 1. There's a base empty. And 2-0 the count, so good hitters count. Count goes to 3-0. Let's see if he's got the green light here. And he does have the green light, and he hits this one deep to center field, but
1 run.
Stagel is there to make the catch. Slagle.
New York 1, Chicago coming to bat. Pitching for New York, Red, Ames. Leading off for Chicago, left fielder, Frank Schultz.
So they're only able to get one out of it. So it's one, New York 1, Chicago coming to bat. Red Ames on the hill. Red Ames with a 8-1 record, as we said earlier, with a 2.68 earned run average. 84 innings pitched, has allowed 82 hits, 30 walks, 39 strikeouts, a whip of 1.33, and hitters are batting .254 against them. So the lineup for the Chicago Cubs is going to be Frank Schulte, the left fielder, will be followed by the center fielder, Jimmy Slagle. Batting third is going to be Billy Maloney, the right fielder. Johnny Evers, the second baseman, will hit cleanup. A chance out of the order. So the first four hitters are lefties for the Cubs against Ames. Batting fifth is the shortstop, Joe Tinker. Batting sixth, first baseman, Solly Hoffman. Doc Casey, the third baseman, will hit seventh, followed by Johnny Kling behind the plate. And batting ninth on the hill is Bob Wicker. So both lineups looking different with the some players getting the day off. So, all right, let's take a look at the defense for the Giants. Not very good defense in the outfield. The Mertes, Donlin, and Brown. Brown the best with a 5 rating average, and Donlin and Mertes slightly below average defensively. All three with weak arms overall. Well, Donlin and Brown with average arms, and Mertes with well below average arm and left. In the infield, it's Devlin, Dallin, Gilbert, and Bowerman. Devlin and Dallin on the left side, above average range, but somewhat error-prone, especially Devlin. And Gilbert and Bowerman on the right side. Gilbert slightly above average, Bowerman average defensively. Behind the plate, the Hall of Famer Roger Bresnahan, above average, with an average arm. So Ames on the hill is below average defensively. So again, the defense not a strong spot for either team, especially the outfield for the Giants. The Cubs' defense is somewhat good in the infield. All right. Well, minus not having a chance in the at first. So, all right, so Frank Schulte will lead it off. He comes in hitting .328 with a homer and 15 runs batted in. 5 doubles and 8 triples. So Ames looks in for the sign for Bresnahan. He's lined up in the pitch to Schulte. And it's going to be a base hit. So they Cubs start off with a base hit also. A little hard to see. Oh, he's going to advance to second, so looks like Mertes was a little lackadaisical. And Schulte gets himself a hustle double. So I was about to say, a little hard to see the ball coming in for the pitch with the background on the field. But we'll do our best here. So Slagle up there now. Slagle hitting 30 points behind his season average, just .239 with 24 runs batted in, 6 doubles and a triple, and 32 runs scored. So a runner in scoring position. So Ames looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, here's the delivery, and he's going to bunt. So he lays one down and gets the runner over.
Right fielder, Billy Maloney.
So one down now with a runner on third. That brings up tying run at third with one down. Billy Maloney up there now. Maloney hitting .289. So almost 30 points above his season average with 19 runs batted in. 8 doubles and 2 triples. Williams looks in for the sign from Bresnahan as the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be ball 1. Low and away. And that will get the run home. That's going to be a base hit. So Maloney with an RBI single ties the score at 1. That'll bring up Johnny Evers, 295. 25 runs batted in. Just 2 extra base hits with 2 doubles. So Bowerman being held, Ames, Maloney being held on by Bowerman. And we're going to throw over to first. And he's back safely. Throw over again. And he's getting a good lead off Ames. So Evers up to the plate there now. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a little dribble in front of the plate.
Shortstop, Joe Tinker.
Looks like he bunted too. So we'll get the runner in scoring position, but with 2 down now. So Joe Tinker up there now. Joe Tinker 289. 42 points above his average for the season. 2 homers, 27 runs batted in. 7 doubles, 4 triples. So Tinker riding an 8-game hitting streak. Here's the pitch by Ames. And that will extend to 9. And it's a poor play. Mertes took a bad angle on it, and that will get the run home.
First baseman, Sully Hoffman.
So the Cubs take the lead 2-1 on the RBI double by Joe Tinker. So Solly Hoffman up there now, the first baseman, 265. 15 runs batted in, 7 doubles, 2 triples. Ames trying to limit the damage to 2 runs here. And that is going to be hit on a hop to the second baseman, Gilbert.
3 hits,
Over to Hoffman, that'll end the inning.
Chicago 2, New York 1. First baseman, Frank Bowerman.
So the Cubs answer with 2 runs of their own. It's 2-1 after 1. So Frank Bowerman has had just 10 at-bats. 3 for 10 so far in the season with a double. 269 for the actual season. So Worker loads in for the sign. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to left. Going back, just shy of the warning track. Schulte makes the catch for out number 1. So Billy Gilbert, the number 8 hitter up there now. Gilbert 253 with 20 runs batted in. 5 doubles and a triple. And that's going to be a dribbler to Tinker. He goes to
Pitcher, Red
Hoffman at first for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for the Giants. Brings up Red Ames. Red Ames hitting just .086 on the season. And just 3 hits and 35 at-bats with 2 runs batted in. And he strikes him out.
No hits, no errors. Chicago 2, New York 1. Third baseman, Doc Casey.
It's 2-1 Cubs after 1.5. So Doc Casey, the third baseman up there, 244. 26 runs batted in, 8 doubles and 5 triples. And that's going to be hit to third baseman Devlin. And just gets him at first for out number 1. So behind the plate, Johnny Kling getting a start today. Just a 152 hitter on the season with 10 runs batted in. And has a double. Strikes him out.
Bob Wicker.
So first strikeout of the day by Ames. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Bob Wicker, hitting 143 on the season with 2 runs batted in, 6 hits on the season. And back-to-back strikeouts stand the inning.
Chicago 2, New York 1.
So it remains 2-1 as we head to the third. So it'll be the top of the order, Donlin, Brown, and Bresnahan if anybody gets on Mertes for the Giants. So Donlin singled and scored his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Slagle comes in and makes the catch for out number 1. George Brown up there now. Brown singled and a hit and run his first time up. And that's a solid hit. Oh, nice fielding play by Wicker. Fires the first for out number 2. So Bresnahan's still trying to extend his 10-game hitting streak up now. And that's going to be a dribble at a first. And Hoffman will take it himself for out number
No
3.
runs, no hits, no errors. Chicago 2, New York 1.
The Giants go in order in the top of the third. So it'll be Schulte, top of the order for the Cubs, Schulte, Slagle, and Maloney. So Schulte doubled his first time up. And he's going to be 2 for 2. As Gilbert unable to get to that one. So runner on first with nobody out. Ames over to first. And he'll get back safely. So that brings up Slagle. Slagle sacrifices first time up. And we're going to bring the corners in. Expecting the bunt. And he does not bunt this time. And wow. And that's a fly ball just fouled down the first baseline, so he's not bunting. So we're going to put the defense normal. So Slagle back in the box. And he takes strike 2. Called strike. So quickly in the hole is Slagle. Ames fires over to first. And he's back safely. And he strikes him out in 3 pitches. So Ames with 3 strikeouts on the day, so he's got the fastball working. So that'll bring up Maloney with 1 down. Maloney singled his first time up, RBI single. And it's going for the stolen base, and Schulte's in there. He's getting a good lead. So, runner in scoring position now for Maloney. And it's going to be ball 1. The count evens at 1-1. And that's going to be a base hit. And are they going to send the runner home? No, they're going to hold Schulte at third. He rounds the bag a little too far. Donald will throw it over to third. And Schulte dives back in time. So runners at the corners with the 1 down. With Johnny Evers. Evers sacrifices first time up. And they're going to play back for 2. And strike. Swing and a miss. And it's a little dribble in front of the plate. And the squeeze play gets the run home. No, actually he doesn't. Schulte decides to hold at third, so Ames fields it. Looks the runner back. Looked like he was trying to score at first. But he does not. So second and third. So Ames trying to get out of it with no damage. Brings up Tinker, who had an RBI single to give the Cubs the lead. Ames looks in for the sign from Breslin. He'll wind up in the pitch. It's going to be ball 1. 2-0 the count. So good hitters count. And that'll be a fly ball to left. Merte's going back. And he'll make the catch to end the inning.
2 hits, no errors. Chicago 2, New York 1.
So Giants are able to get out of any damage. And it remains 2-1 as we head to the 4th. So it'll bring up Sam Mertes. Mertes singled. RBI single his first time up. And that's popped up to the infield. Evers moves over to his left, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So it'll bring up Art Devlin. Devlin grounded to first his first time up. And this time he'll draw the walk. First walk given up by Wicker today. So 1 out walk. We might have him try a steal. Or should we go with a hit and run? That one not much of a hitter. We're going to go with a steal. Alright, so Devlin's going to try to get a lead. He's off with the pitch. And the throw goes into center. So it's an error on Kling as his throw is erratic, and that's going to allow Devlin to get to third. So credit with a stolen base, advancing to third on the error. So now a man at third with less than 2 out. So a deep fly ball could get the run home. So 0-1 the count. Down quickly in the hole, 0-2. 1-2 now. Count evens at 2. Full count now on Donlin. And he'll draw the walk, so Wicker definitely shaken up by the error in the stolen base. Stolen base in the error. In that order. So that'll put runners at the corners. They are playing back for 2. So Bowerman there with a chance to get an RBI, his first RBI of the season. And it's going to be a strike 1, in there for strike 1. And quickly in the hole. On the curveball, 0-2. 1-2 now on Bowerman. And that's a solid hit up the middle. And lines out to Evers. He'll make the stab for out number 2. So it'll have to be Gilbert if the inning is to continue. Gilbert grounded to short his first time up. It's going to be low for ball 1. 2-0 the count on Gilbert, so good hitters count. Count goes to 3-0. And he'll walk on 4 pitches. So that will load the bases. So 3 walks given up by Wicker here in this inning. Loads the bases for Ames. This will be a good time for Ames to get his 4th hit of the season. And that will not get the job done as it's hit to Evers, and he'll flip the first to end the inning.
No runs, no hits, 1 error. Chicago 2, New York 1.
So the error does not prove costly, and Giants cannot score despite loading the bases. So it remains 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. So Solly Hoffman up there now. Hoffman grounded the second his first time up. And he'll draw the walk. So first walk given up by the Giants. That'll bring up Casey. Casey 0 for 1. He takes ball 1. And a little bunt. He's going to sacrifice. So he'll get the runner in a scoring position. With 1 down. That'll bring up Kling. Kling struck out his first at bat. And it's going to be strike 1. Called. And that's going to be a base hit. And they're going to send the runner home. Yes, they will. There will be no throw. As Brown throws to Gilbert. So Cubs increase their lead to 3-1 now. Kling with an RBI single. Throw over to first. And he's back safely. So Wicker up there now. He's probably going to bunt, so we're going to bring the corners in. Squares. No, he doesn't. Fly ball to center. Donlin comes in, makes the catch. As Kling trots back to first. So 2 down now for Schulte. Schulte 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Ball 1. Throw over to first. And he's back safely. He's off with the pitch, and he'll be in there. So the Cubs very active on the base paths today. So Schulte up there now. Looking to go over 3-3 and increase that Chicago lead. And that's exactly what he'll do. As the throw comes in behind the runner. So Mertes threw behind the runner and broke for the plate and scored the run. So 4-1 now. That brings up Slagle 0 for 1 officially. Ball 1. Throw over to first. And he's back safely. And it's going to be hit up the middle. Nice play by Gilbert. He'll go the short way to end the inning.
No errors. Chicago 4, New York 1.
The Cubs score 2, and it's 4-1 Chicago. The Cubs get the win today. They'll go up 3 games on the Giants. So Mike Donlin 1 for 2 up to the plate now. Strikes him out for the second strikeout of the day. It'll be a Brown, 1 for 2. And he'll get his second hit of the day. Rounds the bag, but holds. So it'll be in Bresnahan. Bresnahan trying to extend his 10-game hitting streak. And he'll do it. So Bresnahan gets 11 stolen bases. He's going to try for 2, and he'll be in there safely. So Bresnahan, with a double, extends his hitting streak to 11 games. So second and third for Mertes. Mertes 1 for 2 on the day. As Kling goes out to talk to Wicker. He's back behind the plate and takes the ball. Ball 1. 2-0 the count on Mertes. Count goes to 3-0. And that's going to be a liner. Oh, nice play by Evers. Nice diving catch for out number 2. He's definitely saved at least a run there. So Devlin up to the plate. He can get a base hit. He could possibly bring the Giants to within 1. Ball 1. 1-1 the count now on Devlin. And that's going to be deep in the hole. And Tinker makes the play to end the inning.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Chicago 4, New York 1.
So again, the Giants leave runners in scoring position, and it remains 4-1 as we head halfway through. It's Maloney up there now. He's 2 for 2 on the day. And that's going to be hitting through for a base hit. So Maloney with another hit. So Maloney 22 steals on the season. Definitely got to hold him close. Still getting a good lead over there. And he picks him off. So Maloney getting a little too greedy there on his lead. And Ames is able to pick him off, so that could prove big. Especially if the Giants are able to come back. So Evers up to the plate now. Evers has sacrificed 2 times so far today. He'll be hitting away here. That one's going to be hit up straight up the middle. So Evers gets his first hit of the day. Ames over to first. And we'll get back safely. So Tinker 1 for 2 up to the plate now. And that's going to be a base hit. Evers will hold that second. So first and second with the 1 down for Hoffman. So the Cubs looking to extend their 3-run lead here. It's going to be ball 1. Count leaving at 1. Swing and a miss. Runners are off, and they execute the double steal. So the Cubs are running all over the Giants today. And they have 2 runners in scoring position now with just 1 down. So the count is 1-2. We're going to pitch to him still. And it's popped up behind the plate. Bresnahan goes back, but he'll be into the crowd. Count remains 1-2. And count evens at 2 now. Full count now. And he strikes him out. Thought he held up there, but the umpire says no. It's a big strikeout there for Ames. Ames now with 4 Ks on the day. But he's not out of it yet as Casey's up there now 0 for 1. And that's going to be ball 1. High and outside. And swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. And that'll be fouled down the first base line. So 1-2 the count now. Ames looking to get out of it here. Oh, and it's going to be a wild pitch. So Ames works a wild pitch, and that'll get a run home. So 5-1 now. And that's a fly ball. Definitely something off here on the... And that's going around ball to short. This should do it. Dallin over to Hoffman.
1
And
run,
that will do it.
3 hits, no errors. Chicago 5, New York 1.
The Cubs get a run on a wild pitch by Ames, and it's 5-1 now as we head to the 6th. Giants going to start chipping away here. They've had their opportunities, just cannot get the runners home. So down 0 for 1 up to the plate. And that's going to be a pop-up to Tinker. He calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. Bowerman up now, 0 for 2. Fly ball to center. And Legel will make the catch for out number 2. Gilbert up now. Ground ball to Tinker. On the run.
No
And
runs,
gets him.
no hits, no errors. Chicago 5, New York 1.
The Giants go quietly in the 6th. Ames back out there, 77 pitches on the day. Including 1 for 2 on the day. Gets his second base hit. Try to pick him off. We did pick him off last time, so. No, it wasn't him, actually. So Wicker up to the plate now. He'll probably, I don't know, he may not. So we're just going to play back, I guess. He takes a strike, strike 1. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss. And strikes him out, but Kling will steal the base. So that'll bring up Schultze. Schultze is perfect 3 for 3 with a single and 2 singles and a double. Ball 1. Count even, swing and a miss, 1-1. And that's going to be a base hit. Running around third, and why not? We're going to try it. Oh, we're going to cut the throw out chance at second. Yeah, we're going to try for the out at second. Yes. So the throw is cut off. The runner will come home, and they get him. So another run does come in, but out number 2 now. So Slagle up there now 0 for 2. Nice play by Dallin in the coming across. Makes the play to end the
1
inning.
run, 2 hits, no errors. Chicago 6, New York 1.
The Cubs tack on another. So I think I said 27-17. Giants are 37-17. And the Cubs are 2 games ahead at 40-16. So Ames up there now, and we'll let him hit for himself. And Ames is going to get himself a base hit. Oh. And he'll advance to second on the bobble by Slagle. So the Giants will take anything they can get today. So Ames at first, at second with a single and reaches second on the air. So Donlin up there now. Donlin 1 for 3. And liner to Tinker as Ames gets back to the bag. So Brown, he's got a couple hits on the day, 2 for 3. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 the count now. 1-2. And that's going to be a liner to Wicker for out number 2. So Bresnahan extended his hitting streak his last time up with a double. It's going to be ball 1, low and inside. And that's going to be popped up to first.
No runs.
That will do it.
1 hit, 1 error. Chicago 6, New York 1.
So 7th inning, bottom of the 7th. The Giants trailing by 5. Ames back out there on the hill up to 86 pitches. Maloney a perfect 3 for 3 on the day. And he'll draw the walk. So we're going to get some action in our limited bullpen here. So Elliott will start warming up. Maloney on first, and we're going to throw over. And he's back safely. We'll throw over one more time. Yeah, Maloney was the one who was picked off last time. He cuts his lead down a little bit, so Evers up there now, 1 for 1. And it's going to be ball 1. 2-0 the count. 3-0. It's a strike. 3-1. Full count now. And it'll be a base hit. Maloney will hold up second, so first 2 runners on. And we're going to take a mound trip here. Alright, so Elliott is going to come in now. So Ames' day is done.
Pitching for New York, Claude Elliott.
So Elliott with a 5.22 earned run average, 4-2 record, 3 saves, 39 2/3 innings pitched, 51 hits allowed, 3 homers, 14 walks, 12 strikeouts, whip of 1.63, and average of hitters are hitting 304 against him. So Elliott comes in with a jam now, first and second with nobody out. So Tinker is 2 for 3 up to the plate now. And it's going to be outside corner for strike 1. And that one's going to be in the dirt. And it's a wild pitch. The runners will move up. So 1-1 the count on Tinker. And that's going to be a base hit. That will get 1 run home. So it gets past Gilbert. So 7-1 now. Runners at the corners. Giants are going to play back, trying to get 2 here. So Hoffman up to the plate now. Hoffman grounded the second his first time up, walked his next, and struck out. And that's going to be another hit. So the Cubs now banging up 15 hits on the day. Then we have Casey 0 for 2. And that's a fly ball to right. Brown going back and makes the catch. Runners will tag. Tinker will make his way to third. Hoffman holds up first, so runners at the corners with 1 down. So that brings up Kling. Kling 2 for 3. Strike 1, swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. And another hit. So 9-1 now. So Wicker up to the plate. Ball 1. 1-1. 2-1. 2-2 the count now. 3-2. And he strikes him out. So 2 down now. So 9-1 Cubs now, as they plated 3 here in the 7th. So they've scored in every inning except for the 2nd and 3rd. So Schulte has perfect 4 for 4 on the day. And swing and a miss for strike 1. Hops one up behind the plate. That'll be out of play though. So quickly in the hole is Schulte. And oh man. Poor play. I don't know why that was weird. Wasn't even really near him, but so another run comes in. 10-1 now. Runners out the corners. Come on, guys. We have nobody else in the pen. So this defense is horrible. I'm going to try to get him out at third. Got to try. He's in there. So the defense definitely a liability today for the Giants. Definitely their Achilles heel. Strike 1. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. Elliott looking to get out of this. And finally, the inning is mercifully over.
No errors. Chicago 11, New York 1.
So 11-1 Cubs. So Sam Merte's 1 for 3 up to the plate. He'll fly out for out number 1. Art Devlin 0 for 2. he flies out to right. Melody makes the catch for out number 2. Bill Dallin up there now, 0 for 2. And he flies deep, 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 and
Nothing across in the top of the
nothing.
Chicago 11, New York 1.
Definitely a forgettable day for the Giants. Elliott back out there. Strikes out Evers for out number 1. Tinker's got 3 hits on the day. And he'll draw the walk. Hoffman 1 for 3 on the day. Ball 1. Count evens at 1. 2-1 now. Count evens at 2. Full count. Strikes him out. So 2 down now for Casey, 0 for 3. And that's going to be a liner to second.
Chicago 11, New York 1.
So for only the 3rd inning today, the Cubs do not score, and it's 11-1 as we head to the 9th. So Bowerman lead off. Bowerman 0 for 3 on the day. Ball 1. And it's going to be a foul ball out of play down the third base line. Fly ball to center. Schulte goes back. Slagle goes back and makes the catch. So 1 down now. Gilbert up there now. Takes a ball. Ball 1. Nice play by Evers. Behind the bag. Over to first for out number 2.
Pitcher, Claude Elliott.
It's going to be a pinch hitter for Elliott. We're going to let... we'll give... let's see. We'll give Sammy Strang. We'll let McGann have the full day off since they're down by 10.
For New York, Sammy Strang.
So Sammy Strang, 286 on the year with a homer and 12 runs batted in. Double and a triple. So we hear fireworks outside. It's 4th of July weekend. And Strang will get himself a base hit. So Donlin up there now, 1 for 4. Popped up behind the plate. That'll go out of play. So Donlin 1 for 4 up there now. Takes a ball. Ball 1-1 to count now. 1-2 now. And that's a ground ball to third. This should do it. They go the short way to second, and that does it. So this game mercifully over for the Giants as they fall to the Cubs 11-1, and the Cubs will win the series. I believe it's over, unless there's another game. Sometimes they did have 5-game series, but Cubs will at least win the series anyway, as they're ahead 3-1.
The final score from West Side Park, Chicago 11, New York 1. Bob Wicker picks up the win. He is now 7-3. Red Ames picks up the loss. He is now 8-2. Time of the game, 2 hours, 4 minutes.
So Ames loses for just the 2nd time on the season. Now let's check everything out here. Let's go to the pitching first. So let's check it out here. So Wicker gets the win. He goes the distance, allowing 7 hits, 1 run. Just 1 run it was earned. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 122 pitches, 75 strikes, 47 balls. ERA now down to 1.76, so he continues to have a great season. Let's see. Game score 68. So Ames with the loss goes 6 innings, allows 13 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned. So that's going to raise his ERA up to 3.30 now. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. This might be the high for strikeouts for the Giants. They struck out 8 today. 99 pitches, 69 strikes, 30 balls. Game score of just 17. So Elliott did not have good stuff. The reliever pitches 2 innings, allows 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. So let's go over to the batting. So, for the Cubs, Schulte goes a perfect 5 for 5 with a run scored and 3 runs batted in, so I think he's going to be the player of the game. Slagle was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Maloney 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a run batted in. Also walked once. Evers was 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. Tinker 3 for 4 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Hoffman didn't start at first, 1 for 4 with a couple of runs scored and an RBI. Also walked once. Casey 0 for 4. Kling was 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. He had a fine day behind the plate. Average up to 167 now, so that's pretty bad when a hitter that's hitting as bad as him gets 3 hits off you. Wicker 0 for 4. For the Giants, Donlin was 1 for 5 with a run scored. I believe he's got the 11-game hitting streak. 7-game hitting streak now or something like that. We'll check that out in a second. So Brown was 2 for 4. Bresnahan was 1 for 4 with a double, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. Sam Mertes was 1 for 4. Devlin and Donlin were both 0 for 3 apiece. Bowerman 0 for 4. Gilbert 0 for 3. Ames did get a hit, 1 for 3. Elliott did not get an at-bat, and Strang had a pinch hit single. So let's check out the miscellaneous. So, errors by Kling and Slagle for the Cubs. Bresnahan got his 14th double, Schulte 6th, and Tinker's 8th. Stolen bases by Devlin had one, his 10th of the season. And for the Cubs, Schulte, Kling, Tinker, Evers. Kling had a couple. So Kling with 2 stolen bases. And Evers and Tinker and Schulte. Let's see. So a couple of great plays by Evers and Hoffman. Poor plays by Devlin. Gilbert had 3 poor plays at second base. MVP they said was Bob Wicker. We'll give him MVP player of the game number 2. So here's the score sheet for the Giants. Not much to say here. Score sheet for the Cubs. Not much going on there. And here's the recap. This one should mention the stolen. It doesn't mention them here. I know that Donlin and Bresnahan did increase their hitting streaks. Usually it shows it in here. Yeah, and we have the 2018 version. We haven't upgraded yet to the 2019 version. And here's the play-by-play. And there we go. So, alright, so on June 14th, 1905, the Chicago Cubs defeat the New York Giants by 11-1. Definitely a forgettable game. And let's check the standings here. Get a chance to upgrade here. And so this has not been a good series for the Giants, as they're now 3 games behind the Cubs. And the Philadelphia Phillies are 5.5. Pittsburgh Pirates 9.5. And in the West, in the American League, Chicago White Sox are in first, 37-17. Philadelphia, who would win the American League, is just a game and a half behind. So both Chicago teams are in first place. So it's Chicago fans are happy, as both their teams in first. Let's check out the leaders here. So we do have a couple of leaders up amongst the top. So Bresnahan and Donlin. Bresnahan with a 372 average and Donlin 364, a second and third. Nobody in close to first. Runs batted in. Dan McGinn, who had the day off today, still has the RBI lead with 46. Maloney for the Cubs, who we saw today, leads with 22 stolen bases. Triples George Brown has 8. He's tied for second. And ERA, looks like Big Ed Walsh is in first for 0.74 earned run average. Wiggs, that's for Detroit there. So we don't have anybody in our ERA titles, and this is for the major leagues, I believe. Saves, Elliott leads, tied with 3. Saves were not a big factor, well, not an official stat back then. And we have Detroit marked here because we are going to start playing Detroit probably in September-ish when Ty Cobb begins for the, as we're going to try to follow his career. Team batting, Giants are leading with a 285. They took somewhat of a hit today. So they're quite a bit ahead of 18 points against the next highest at Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Team pitching, we're not Chicago. I believe that's the Chicago Cubs there. And the Chicago White Sox are close up. Both teams pretty high. 1.70 team ERA. Amazing. Philadelphia 1.74. I'm not sure which Philadelphia team that is. Team fielding. We're not going to be close here. So actually, I meant I was quite wrong there with the fielding percentage, as the Cubs and the White Sox are 1 and 2 here. 967 team. All-Stars, let's see what we have. So we have a Bresnahan and McGann and Donlin, so we have 3 All-Stars. Amazingly, no Cubs in there. That's kind of strange. So they're more pitching and defense. MVP Honus Wagner for Pittsburgh. Let's see what he's doing. So Honus Wagner on the season. In the replay, he's hitting .346 with 4 homers, 45 runs batted in, 18 stolen bases. And manager of the year is the manager of the White Sox. I mean, of the Cubs. Which is Fielder Jones. So, alright, so we'll be back with game number 56. Let's check and see who we'll be playing next. And yeah, we're done with the Cubs here. So we're going to be traveling to St. Louis to face the Cardinals. So Cardinals are, the Cardinals, they're 15 and 40, so hopefully we can gain some ground back, and the Cubs will be facing Brooklyn. So that is it. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Your Giants 1905 dead ball season replay. So we'll be back with the next game. So take care and God bless, and have a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. Bye-bye now.